and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. This is going to be another laundry talk video. I'm going to be folding my laundry while I talk about this topic with you. These videos are just a good way for me to multitask during the day, so that's what I'm going to do. Today I kind of want to dive into how to be a Proverbs 31 woman. She is the example for all Christian women. If you've been in any kind of faith circle, you have heard about her. She is the woman that every woman of faith tries to be like, or is told to be like by the church and the Christian circles that she's in. From little girls to older women, we are told to strive to be like her and to take on her character traits. So if you haven't read the chapter of Proverbs 31 and know the woman I'm talking about, stop this video and go check that out. I'm going to be talking about some of the verses, but definitely dive into that chapter yourself, especially if you're a woman, and just learn from her. She accomplished so much over her life, and she was such a great woman to look up to, but we have to remember that all the things that are said about her throughout that chapter and all the things that she did, she probably did over time. She was not doing all these things every single day. She had different seasons of life like you and me. She had her seasons, she had her hard moments, but she's still a great woman to look up to and learn from. So I mainly want to talk about learning from her and being a Proverbs 31 woman in your home. This woman was definitely a homemaker. Her heart was in her home, and her heart was for her family, and we see that throughout the chapter. And there's a few things that we are shown and are told that we can glean from her character and really learn how to be a better Proverbs 31 woman for our own families and for our own homes. So one of the first character traits we see when it relates to being a homemaker is how she was resourceful. We are told in verse 14 that she brings her food from afar. When you look into that, that means that she was looking for deals and bargains and wanting to get the best quality for her family. So she would sometimes have to purchase things and buy goods that came from other countries, and she was watching out for her family in that way. She was probably very wise with her family's money, and that is something we can learn whether you are a wife and mother, or you are living by yourself, or maybe you are still a single girl living at home. You can still learn to be resourceful and look at what you're spending and if that stuff that you are buying is really necessary and needed or not. Next would be she cared how her family and her home looked. I believe this is every woman's desire, especially when they get a home of their own, but it does hold value how your home looks and how your family looks. We see in verse 21 and 22 that she dressed her family well and made beautiful things for her home. I'm not saying you have to sew your own bedding or your own clothes for your family. This will look different for every woman in every season of life, but that is a desire that women have, I believe, and it is a God-given one. We are also told, or we can see through things that we're told in this chapter, is that she was hard-working. We are told that her lamp does not go out at night. She worked with willing hands and did not eat the bread of idleness, we are told. This woman was a very hard worker, and we can see that through this chapter. She worked hard and well for her family and knew her job. She knew her place. I'm not saying that as a stereotype, but she knew what her responsibilities were and how she could best serve her family, and she worked hard at that. I am sure she had very hard days, days when her to-do list did not get done, days when she did not have the house completely cleaned, or whatever it would be. I'm sure she had those just like all of us do, but she was still known to be hardworking, and that was her character that she was known by. Next would be that she planned ahead and was organized in her responsibilities and her work. We are told in verse 15 that she woke up early to prepare food for her household, and in verse 21 that she was not afraid of the winter because she knew it was coming, so she had clothes prepared for her family. Being organized and planning ahead can help so much when you are a homemaker, whether that is through food prepping, a cleaning routine, whatever it is. Just always thinking ahead and planning ahead and being organized like the Proverbs 31 woman was can be such a benefit to you in this season of life. And the last character trait of hers that I want to talk about is that she enjoyed her work. We are told that she worked with willing hands. Some Bibles translate that as her hands worked with delight. She was happy to do the work that she was given. She was not one to mumble and complain about the difficult responsibilities or the mundane tasks she had to do every single day. She enjoyed her work and she did it with a joyful heart. I am sure that she had rough days where she was probably not the happiest or probably did not see the most joy in the work that she was doing. But still, that is what she strived to see and do. She chose to enjoy the life season she was in, see the blessings in it, and just choose to enjoy the work that she was given by the Lord, and knew that the work she was doing was good work. I think that sometimes we forget that the work that we are doing as homemakers and wives and mothers is good work too, even though it's the same thing day in and day out. It is kingdom work, if you want to put that tag on it, because it is what the Lord has called you to right now. Not every woman's season of life, even if they have small children or are a wife and have their own home, is going to look like being a homemaker. They may be working a full-time job, and that is also where the Lord has you. So just accepting your season of life and knowing that the work you're doing, no matter what it is good, and being able to enjoy it is such a mind shift and such a way to really just bring joy not only to yourself but to your family and the ones you are serving as well. So all of those character traits of hers, those were just like 5 that I wanted to point out. There are so many other ones you can find, whether it's dealing with being a homemaker and bringing her character into your home, or any other type of character traits that she showed over her life. They are really all great ones to strive to be like and learn from. She is such a great example for any woman of faith. And I know she's talked about a lot, and it's kind of cliche, I feel like, especially in the Christian and faith circles, to talk about the Proverbs 31 woman, because it's been done so much. But there's still so much to learn. Even in that one chapter, there are so many different character traits of hers and life lessons we can learn from her that we can just dive into. And one of them being how to run a home with a godly character. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of encouragement, or just maybe made you want to dive deeper into her character and learn from her and just become a better woman of faith overall in any life season you may be in. But that is just something that has been on my heart recently, something I was looking into over the past month or so, and has really just helped me realize who I am supposed to be as a woman of God, where He has me as a homemaker right now, and just giving me a little hope on the more difficult days. So hopefully it did that for you too, and I hope you enjoyed this little talk. I'm going to finish folding the laundry right now, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.